Chapwa kwanza hapa. And especially women take advantage of their spouses kwa sababu wamepotelea pombe. Wakishalewa, pengine bwana zamani alikuwa anapika bibi. Sasa ameanza kuingia pombe, bibi amepata nafasi, ananyorosha bwana yake. Wazee kwa sehemu hizi wanalala chini ya kitanda. We must be able to deal with this issue. That is violence. It doesn't matter whether it was the husband or it was the wife. That is violence. Na mimi naomba nyinyi chiefs na OCS. OCS. Kuna OCS mzee akikuja kuripoti kwamba bibi yake amempiga, anamwambia rudia tena, ati umepigwa na nani? Wewe ni mwanaume aina gani? That is why we have gender desk. Gender desk is not for women alone. It's to serve both women and men. And we must be conscious of this fact. I was in Bombay the other day. It's a big problem there. Gender-based violence. We must not allow gender-based violence. That's why watu wanawawa. This is also a problem we face with our police officers. OCSs. Early warning. Ukiona officer mwenye ako na mental health challenges and is really complaining about 1, 2, 3, instead of waiting for him to use his gun to kill somebody else, let us resolve this problem early. Number, on the same issue, hakuna alternative dispute resolution for violence. Violence ikifanyika, OCS, kotini. Usiseme wacha tu wamesikizana. That's why we need continuous training of our OCSs. Ndio mtu asikuja kusema mkubwa, hao watu walikuwa wamepigana kweli lakini wamesikizana, wamesameana, tukawaachilia hawa. That is a crime against the state. And that applies the same to sexual violence. Defilement, yenye imezidi, yenye especially from kuna pedophiles. Especially family members, parents, fathers preying on their own children. That is an issue we must deal with. Tusiweke chini ya meza. Including using children. You know, because it's an urban area, using children for prostitution purposes. That is something we must be ruthless about. That's why ulisikia juzi niliposikia hii story yenye ilikuwa MYKE. We took it very seriously. Because that problem exists. It exists in many, especially urban areas and along the BC Northern Corridor. Bahati mbaya too, in the same documentary, some characters lied to the people who are doing the news kwamba they were underage and they were overage. But it doesn't extinguish the fact that we are struggling with issues about sexual offenses, including defilement and also trafficking in women too for purpose of sexual purposes. We must be able to deal with that issue and confront face to face. There is no kind of crime that we are going to condone. Tumeelewana ndugu zangu? Now, let me respond to a few issues that you have raised. Ya kwanza, and most of these things have been written. The rapporteurs are there. It will be contained in the report of, for all of it. We are finishing this process before the end of next month. And the whole report, as I told you, many policies have been changed already, courtesy of these meetings. And as we progress, we are farming it up. We get few more ideas, but the report will capture the key issues of every county. Then we'll see how these issues are going to be addressed. I agree on terms of your welfare. You know that when we came in, the chiefs had stayed. I was shocked when we were in APTC Juzi. Yani the chiefs who have worked for 20 years, they've never been trained by anybody. You know? Wabi chief hapa mwenye hajawahi trainiwa for 15 years. Akisaf. Maybe Kiambu is better. Kuna mtu hajawahi kuenda this training yenye tunaenda sasa. Where are these? Yes. You see 50, you've done more than 15. How many? 12 years. Nani amefanya 15? 10 before training. Kiambu mkumbe mko sawa. Some places people have gone, even when we were in APTC, there were people who are 20 years, 15 years, 17 years. At least you are doing better. How many people who have stayed 8 years hawajakuwa trained? It is not a punishment. It was not your mistake. You are not, I've seen 8, 7 years, 7, 6, 5. So nyinyi wote, how many people have never been trained? Here, simama tu, simameni, just stand. People who are yet to go to Embakasi. It's not bad. It's not too bad. Some counties are worse. Please be seated. So when we came in, we realized we have 8,000 chiefs who have never been trained. And as I told you, you will finish this by December. So, and as soon as we finish the training, it will be followed by the necessary promotions that have been delayed. So ule chief alisema kwa hapa tupewe waiver, there is no need for waiver because now we have fast-tracked the training itself. For ACCs, wale ambao tuliwa train, wamebaki 300, we are going to finish. Munajua tukiwa graduation, His Excellency the President gave us the resources to complete the 300 of you to be trained and then be promoted. Mambo ya stagnation generally across the board, nimewambia mambo ya police officers, what we have changed already, and I already explained to you earlier. We have a problem ya offices generally across the board. I appreciate we have one member of parliament here to represent the others, and one of the things that we need to work with, and I am supporter of NGCDF myself. Yeah, I've seen what it has done in education sector. And I think we are going to work together with members of parliament, and I told them, Juicy, when I was in parliament, that we restructure it so that we build our offices for chiefs, ACCs, na mambo ya police stations. We have some of the worst police stations in the country. We have many terrible police stations. Nana akona police station in the 1930s. Hapa. 30s. Ilijengwa 30s, 40s. 1950s. You're in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60 something. You can see, I've seen 70 something. Police station are 70 something. 80 something, 90 something. Then if you are beyond 90, you have a very good police station. So we have no problem. We have police station in Kiambu, and we appreciate. Okay, the ones who don't have any police station in the first place. Yeah? You have a station of which years? Yeah, you see? Wakati nilikuwa nasema 60s, 50s, 40s, where will go happy? They are before independence. And a number of them, that is a challenge. It's one of the most ignored places. It's just because leaders never find themselves there. Nilienda to my next police station, my next ward. Hey, I was shocked. It has 2 rooms. One ya chief, room ya chief, the other ni ya OCS. Alafu kwa chief iko na mahali imewekwa kachuma. Mtu akiwa arrested anafungiwa hapo wakati chief anafanya kazi yake ameketi hapo chini. Yeah? Hata sitaki kusema ya huyu DIG Lagat niliona kwa social media. Hata IG wetu anaitwa nani? Kanja. Aliniambia usitangaze sana yake, wacha angangane ajenge zishikwe. So in most of us we have ignored the police stations. It's important to build the right police stations so that we can be able to move forward. Mambo ya uniform meskia, including the police officers, the planned new uniform is going to be rolled out before the end of this year. Mambo ya offices, ya chiefs, we are also working to make sure that housing, the president directed that 17,000 houses be built within the police stations under the housing project. And that is something we are going to follow up so that when we roll out, or a number of our police stations will have at least the housing incorporated in it. Mambo ya licensing. Mheshimiwa Speaker. Deputy Governor, sorry. Madam Deputy Governor. How many members of County Assembly managed to come? Please. We have... oh, is that so? Mulikuja mkachelewa wapi? Naona mmejificha huko nyuma. We have a good number of leaders here. Thank you very much. We will be introduced later. The biggest problem we have at the moment is the license, Madam Deputy Speaker, Deputy Governor. We have a problem with the licensing. Na mmesikia watu wamesema. Yenyewe nimeambiwa hii shida they across the country, lakini Kiambu is gross. Yeah, it's worse in Kiambu here, and I'm sure it's worse when I go to Nairobi and also Muranga and these areas around Nairobi. You need to sit down as County Assembly na watu wenu with public participation. You agree, you know, these are your voters. You need to agree how many bars can be licensed in a particular area in a manner that is responsive to the needs of the people, so that you can even be able to follow up. Licensing has become a big problem. And we can work this together out. You know, we can work out together. Because we are doing the enforcement, you need to amplify the role of the DCC in the sub-county. So that I know they have a role now in carrying out. But you see, the ultimate responsibility is for the county government. And this is an area that we have. If we have to help each other, we must. And it's coming out so many times across the place. Yeah. And then mambo ya protected affordable housing, national values, drugs, mambo ya mobility. We are doing the procurement. So by latest October or November there, tutapata magari, about 3,000. So what we will do, we'll distribute it, ngao kidogo, police nyingi kidogo, prisons kidogo, like that, as we continue doing the procurement until we sort out this issue. And like someone has said here, let us have carpooling. For all these areas, we make sure that we do the what? The carpooling. And I like the statement made by the police officers that they work together. And I also agree with the ACCs. For the time being, if we can have at least one car in sub-county designated for the ACCs, then they can use it as we increase the fleet. You know, as we move to increase the fleet, we will put that into consideration. Mambo ya housing, nimesikia hiyo. Operationalization of the administrative units. Let me tell you where the challenge is. It's not difficult to do so. The problem is the budget. Do you know why nyinyi wote mnalia AIE? Because we increased the units without the budget increasing. And because of the pressure of recurrent expenditure within the national government, so unapata division yenye ilikuwa moja imegawiwa mara tatu. So ile AIE ilikuwa 50,000 ama 150,000 inarudi inakuja 50, inakuja 20, inakuja 15. Because the ultimate budget has not moved, commensurate to the number of the administrative units. So we are fighting for that. And you have to help us. We must all understand each other. As we roll out the administrative units, we roll out as we get the budget. And there are some that we are going to do this year based on the budget that we have just received. A very little amount of money, but we'll make sure that it is fairly distributed across the country based on the population and also the security challenges that is affecting every county. I agree on that, securing police stations. Mambo ya police officer with medical issues, I totally agree.